Former President Donald Trump's bank fraud trial on Wednesday did not go well for him. In one example, during a court break, Trump held an impromptu press conference outside the courtroom in which he complained.
This judge is a very partisan judge, with a person who's very partisan sitting alongside of him, perhaps even much more partisan than he is.
He had already been warned not to attack court staff, but he can't help himself, so he broke the gag order. Now, immediately after that, Judge Arthur Engoron warned Trump's lawyers that he was in clear violation of that gag order imposed at the very start of the trial. Trump's defense attorney, Christopher Kise, claimed that Trump was actually referring to Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, who, again, even if that was the case, you're still attacking someone who's a witness in the trial, which is violating the gag order. Okay. Now, the judge, of course, did not buy that excuse and actually ordered Trump onto the stand. So this is crazy. After swearing Trump in, Engoron asked him who he was referring to when he directed his anger at the very partisan person sitting next to the judge. Quote, "Are you sure you didn't mean on the other side of me, my principal law clerk?" Trump responded, "Yes, actually." Engoron then asked if Trump had previously referred to the law clerk as a partisan Democrat, to which he responded, "She may be unfair. I think she's very biased against us. I think we made that clear. We put up a picture, and you didn't want that up. We didn't necessarily agree with that, and we didn't take it down," which is why, of course, he got the gag order on him. And Engoron responded by saying, "As you can see, my principal law clerk is very close to me. You and I can see each other. We're close, but we're not as close, clearly, and there's a barrier between us. Don't you always refer to Michael Cohen as Michael Cohen?" Trump responded with, "No." Engoron then excused Trump from the stand without buying his excuse. In fact, he said this, "As a trier of fact, I find that the witness is not credible. That he was referring to my law clerk, who was sitting much closer to me, who doesn't have a barrier. I hereby fine you $10,000, which is on the liberal side, meaning he could do much more, to be paid within 30 days. So I would classify that as a whoopsie. Another instance happened after Michael Cohen had taken the stand. Cohen acknowledged that he had made false statements under oath in court and to Congress beyond the testimony that landed him his convictions in 2018. So now, in one instance, Cohen asserted that he lied to the Southern District of New York Judge William H. Pauley III when he admitted to tax evasion crimes. Cohen has claimed that he admitted to those crimes under pressure from federal prosecutors. So, now, there was some cross-examination. Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, actually did a pretty good job with the cross-examination. Pretty devastating on that same 2019 testimony where Cohen denied recalling any order from the former president to inflate his assets. And so what they're trying to do is, of course, disqualify Cohen as a witness by saying, well, look, he perjured himself, so you can't trust anything he says. Cohen had claimed a day earlier that Trump had him reverse engineer his assets to arbitrarily reach a net worth of his boss's choosing. Now, that said, the prosecution, this is New York Attorney General Letitia James' counsel, Colleen Farrady, did her own reverse cross-examination into Cohen's remarks about that testimony. Cohen responded by saying that Trump didn't really necessarily explicitly order him, but that he speaks like a mob boss. Quote, "And what he does is he tells you what he wants without specifically telling you. So when he said to me, 'I'm worth more than $5 million, I'm actually worth maybe 6, maybe 7, could be 8. We understood what he wanted.'" Now, that said, Trump's legal team were like, see, he lied. So he still lied under oath, you see. We want a directed verdict, citing the lack of credibility on the part of Cohen as a reason to cancel the trial. That was rejected, and Engoron told the Trump legal defense, quote, "absolutely denied." He said the Trump team's motion was absurd and that the attorney general's case hardly rises and falls on Cohen's word. Quote, I love this quote, it's my favorite. "There's enough evidence in this case to fill a courtroom." It's not a small courtroom, by the way. It's pretty big. He then added, no way, no how this case is being dismissed because of an equivocal, arguably equivocal, statement by one witness who I don't consider the key witness. It was after that moment that Trump ended up actually storming out of the courtroom with Secret Service chasing him, muttering, unbelievable. 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 Now, there was a press conference that he said, quote, Michael Cohen, you all saw, he said Trump did nothing wrong. He said Trump did not ask him to do anything having to do with valuations, and he was caught lying like nobody's ever lied. It was better than a Perry Mason moment, and that should be the end of the case. In any other case, any other judge, this would be the end of the case. We're being railroaded here. Look, hey, you know what? He's partly right. He's being railroaded by himself. Like, this guy's the conductor of this railroad. Look, in that case, in that testimony, he violated his gag order and lied on the stand. The same thing that he accused Cohen of doing. He said he was attacking Michael Cohen when we know that that's not the truth. He's going after the law clerk. The judge knew that it wasn't the truth. So he effectively lied on the stand under oath and yet has the gall to attack Cohen for lying like nobody's ever lied. Look, I've said it before. I know Michael Cohen is not a trustworthy person. I've said it before. Why do you think Trump hired him in the first place? Okay. That said, he does know a lot about Trump's operations because he literally did them. So Trump's not going to hire honest people. And so, look, the fact that he is on trial for fraud, for very obvious fraud, at this moment kind of shows you why he hired dishonest people. And so, again, he's already violating gag orders. He's already attacking witnesses. He's out of control. He's off the rails. And it's going to land him in some even more harsh penalties if he continues going down this road.